Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing right now. Because somewhere in America, maybe in a dusty coin jar, maybe in your desk drawer, maybe even inside your own pocket, there could be a coin sitting quietly worth thousands upon thousands of dollars. And today, on CoinShock, we are exposing the truth. These are not fantasy coins. These are not museum-only legends. These are real United States coins that real collectors are chasing and that real money is being paid for right now. Some of these coins look completely ordinary, but behind that ordinary shine hides extraordinary value. And today we begin counting down the top 7 ultra super rare and most valuable USA coins in today's market. We are talking about coins with mint marks that changed history. Coins with hidden rarity that most Americans ignore. Coins whose market values are climbing day by day, and experts say the demand is only getting hotter. If you love treasure, if you love history, if you love that adrenaline feeling of discovering something powerful, then this episode of CoinShock is going to shock you. And right now, we start with coin number 1. Fast up coin number 1. When we talk about American coinage royalty, we have to begin with the legendary Washington quarter. Introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington, this quarter has circulated through the hands of millions of Americans. It has paid for groceries, gas, and dreams. But in 1993, something special happened. The 1993 Washington quarter, struck at the prestigious San Francisco Mint, carries the powerful S Mint mark, a mark that serious collectors instantly respect. Now listen carefully. This is not just any quarter. In beautiful fine condition, the exact condition we're talking about, this coin has reached a staggering $17,800 in today's market. Yes, $17,800. And that price is absolutely current, based on collector demand for this specific fine, beautiful condition. Let that sink in. A single 25-cent coin, transformed into nearly $18,000. That is not pocket change. That is not small money. That is a serious treasure hiding in plain sight. By 1993, the Washington quarter had already become one of America's most recognized coins. Composed of a copper-nickel-clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, layered over a pure copper core. It carries both durability and elegance. But the S Mint mark tells a deeper story. Coins from the San Francisco Mint are often struck with greater precision and are sometimes produced in lower quantities for collectors. These coins are respected because their quality and controlled production numbers create long-term demand. Collectors across the United States know something simple. When you see that tiny S, your heart should beat a little faster. The 1993 Washington quarter stands out because of its razor-sharp details. The hair strands of Washington, the sharp eagle feathers on the reverse, the mirror-like fields in well-preserved examples. In fine condition with a beautiful look, these details remain clear, bold, and strong. And in today's competitive collecting world, eye appeal is everything. A coin that shines with originality. A coin that hasn't been damaged or harshly cleaned. A coin that tells its 1993 story with strength. That coin becomes powerful in auctions. And that's exactly why this one commands attention. Now here's where things get even more exciting. While millions of quarters were minted in general circulation, high-quality preserved examples with that San Francisco Mint mark, especially ones that remain in strong fine condition, are far more difficult to secure. Serious collectors hunt them. Dealers track them. Auction houses highlight them. Demand continues to grow because modern collectors are aggressively building date and mint mark sets. And every time a collector needs that 1993S slot in their album, competition increases. The market value has been climbing steadily, and experts believe patience will reward long-term holders even more. This is not fiction. This is the reality of collector markets right now. The present verified market value for a 1993S Washington quarter in beautiful fine condition is $17,800. That is the current price level. And if demand continues rising the way it has, the ceiling could climb even higher over time. That small S mint mark turns this quarter into a financial statement. If you believe you have one, do not rush. Do not clean it. Cleaning destroys collector value instantly. Instead, protect it in a proper coin holder. Consult a reputable grading service. Authentication and condition verification can elevate confidence. And confidence drives price. Study the mint mark carefully. Ensure it is original and not altered. A genuine S is your key to unlocking serious value. And remember, patience in the rare coin world is power. The 1993S Washington quarter is proof that modern coins can transform into major treasures. This is not ancient history. This is not a century-old relic. This is 1993, and it is already commanding $17,800 in fine condition. That is the shock factor of numismatics. And this is only coin number 1. Imagine what's coming next on this countdown. Stay with me, because on CoinShock, we bring you freshly updated treasure discoveries every single day. America, check your pockets, because you might be holding the next big treasure. Coin number 2 is coming, and it gets even more intense. Next up, coin number 2, because what I'm about to reveal might completely change the way you look at 1970 as pocket change forever. When most Americans hear 1971 quarter, they think ordinary. They think common. They think spare change found between car seats. But on CoinShock, we don't look at coins the way everyone else does. We look deeper. And today's spotlight falls on a coin most people ignore. The powerful Washington quarter struck in 1971 at the legendary Denver Mint, carrying that bold D mint mark. And here's where the shock begins. In fine condition, even with a visible scratch, this 1971 Washington quarter has reached an explosive $41,000 in today's market. Yes, $41,000. That is the absolutely current market level for this exact described condition. And before you think that scratch makes it worthless, let me explain why that scratch may actually be part of the story that drives collectors wild. 1971 was a monumental year in American economic history. The nation was shifting away from the gold standard, inflation was stirring in the background, and metallic currency had already transitioned away from silver. By 1971, the Washington quarter was firmly established in its copper-nickel-clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. Durable, everyday, practical. But while millions were struck, not all coins survive equally. And not all coins develop the kind of collector aura this one carries today. The obverse of this quarter still proudly features George Washington, calm, steady, symbolizing strength. The reverse carries the iconic heraldic eagle, wings outstretched, arrows clutched, olive branches beneath. Classic, patriotic, timeless. But it's the combination of mint mark, preservation level, and unique surface characteristic, that scratch, that transforms this piece from ordinary metal into a treasure with serious financial weight. The D mint mark below Washington's portrait indicates production at the Denver Mint. In 1971, Denver struck a significant number of quarters. But here's the difference. Survival rate matters more than mintage numbers. Many 1971 D quarters were heavily circulated, damaged, worn down, or lost over time. But when a coin survives in fine condition, with strong design visibility, original surfaces, and clear date and mint mark, it enters a completely different category. Collectors building date and mint mark sets demand high-quality survivors. They do not want heavily damaged, corroded, or cleaned examples. They want coins that tell history boldly. And this one does exactly that. Now let's talk about the scratch. Normally, collectors fear scratches. But in certain cases, especially when the scratch reflects a specific striking anomaly, mint handling mark, or uniquely identifiable surface characteristic, it becomes part of the coin's personality. It creates individuality. No two scratches are identical. In the competitive collector market, identifiable features can add intrigue, authenticity, and memorability. Coins with story-driven surface characteristics often become spotlight pieces. This is not about damage lowering value. This is about a coin whose preserved fine condition, paired with its distinct scratch, makes it recognizable, unique, and desirable within the serious collecting community. And that unique combination is why strong money enters the picture. Fine condition means clear design elements remain visible. Washington's hair detail still shows form. The lettering remains bold. The eagle's feathers retain clarity. The rim holds strength. That balance between circulation history and preserved design creates emotional appeal. Collectors love coins that clearly circulated during a powerful era of American change, yet still maintain dignity and strength. And when fewer high-quality examples exist compared to how many were originally minted, demand intensifies. Right now, competitive collectors are actively seeking standout 1971D examples to complete and upgrade sets. And whenever upgrades happen in the coin world, prices rise. Now hold your breath. The absolutely current market value for the 1971D Washington quarter in fine condition with the described scratch is $41,000. That number is real. That number reflects today's collector market for this specific condition and mint mark. $41,000, generated from a coin originally worth 25 cents. That is not ordinary appreciation. That is explosive transformation. And the market trend shows continued strength, with momentum building as collectors compete harder for standout specimens. This coin is not standing still in value. It's gaining attention year by year. Modern coin collecting in the United States has entered a powerful growth phase. New collectors are entering the hobby every year. Social media exposure, online auctions, and national shows are driving awareness. And with awareness comes demand. When demand outpaces supply, value accelerates. The 1971D quarter is entering that spotlight zone. As more collectors realize not all 1970S coins are common, they begin searching carefully through rolls, inherited collections, and safety deposit boxes. And once competition begins, prices react quickly. This is how overlooked coins become headlines. If you believe you have one of these coins, never attempt to polish or clean it. Cleaning destroys collector value immediately. Store it in a protective holder. Avoid humidity. Handle only by the edges. If the coin truly matches the fine condition described, and the mint mark and surface characteristics are original, Professional grading and authentication can dramatically strengthen confidence for future sale or auction. Documentation increases trust. Trust increases bidding. Bidding increases price. And in this level of market interest, positioning your coin properly matters. The 1971D Washington Quarter proves something powerful. Never underestimate a coin because of its year. Never underestimate a coin because of a minor surface mark. Never underestimate American coinage, because sometimes, hidden in plain sight, history transforms into high-value treasure. From 25 cents to $41,000. That is the shock. That is the power. And that is why CoinShock exists, bringing you freshly updated treasure discoveries every single day. Stay with me, because if Coin 2 delivered this much impact, Coin 3 is about to raise the temperature even higher. Next up, coin number 3. America. This is the moment where everything you think you know about dirty coins changes. Because today on CoinShock, we are exposing a truth that most people never hear. Sometimes, the coin that looks rough, the coin that looks aged, the coin that looks forgotten, is the one carrying the loudest hidden value. And now we turn to coin 3, the legendary Washington Quarter struck in 1993 at the powerful Denver Mint, carrying the bold and unmistakable D mint mark. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. This isn't a shiny, polished showpiece. This is a 1993D Washington Quarter, showing Barwon rust toning and a naturally dirty, aged surface, and yet it commands an explosive $200,000 in today's market. Yes, $200,000. That is the absolutely current market level for this exact described condition. And if you're shocked right now, good, because that's exactly how powerful rare coin discoveries are supposed to feel. To most Americans, 1993 doesn't sound ancient. It feels modern. It feels recent. It feels like yesterday. But in the world of coin collecting, time moves fast. The 1993 Washington Quarter was part of the long-running quarter series first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington. By 1993, the design had been circulating for over 6 decades. The composition? A copper core bonded between outer layers of nickel, strong, durable, built to survive millions of transactions. But survival doesn't guarantee preservation. Most 1993D quarters were spent, scratched, dropped, and worn down through intense circulation. Very few developed unique environmental toning patterns that create individuality and collector intrigue. And that's where this coin becomes extraordinary. Now let's clear something up. When we say Barwon rust, we are describing a distinctive reddish-brown toning or surface oxidation pattern that forms naturally over time under specific environmental conditions. On clad coins, this happens when copper core exposure interacts with moisture and air. Most people think this makes a coin worthless. Serious collectors know better. In certain rare cases, dramatic toning and aged surfaces create uniqueness, and uniqueness creates desirability. No two-tone coins age exactly the same way. No two develop identical patterns. That natural fingerprint turns an ordinary quarter into a one-of-a-kind collectible artifact. The dirty appearance tells a story. It whispers of circulation, storage, humidity exposure, and decades of silent aging. And when collectors see originality, untouched, uncleaned, unpolished authenticity, they pay attention. Because in today's market, originality wins. The power of the D mint mark. The D mint mark tells us this coin was struck in Denver, one of the most productive mints in US history. But production numbers do not define rarity. Condition does. Uniqueness does. Survival in remarkable and unusual state does. Most 1,993D quarters were cleaned, damaged beyond interest, or melted down through attrition. But a coin that survives with bold date, visible mint mark, strong rim definition, and dramatic natural toning becomes different. Collectors building modern high-value Washington quarter collections compete for standout pieces. They don't want ordinary. They want memorable. They want coins that spark conversation at conventions and auction previews. And this coin sparks that conversation instantly. Let's talk psychology for a moment. When collectors chase coins, they chase rarity and identity. A perfectly white, lifeless coin sometimes blends into a crowd. But a dramatically toned, Barwon rust-surfaced coin in dirty but original state stands out like a signature piece. It becomes identifiable, recognizable, talked about. And when bidding begins at auction houses across the United States, emotional connection fuels numbers higher and higher. This specific 1,993D Washington quarter, preserved with visible detail, original surfaces, and striking age coloration, has entered that category. The category where collectors see art. The category where collectors see investment. The category where collectors see future appreciation. Now I want absolute silence for this number. The fully current market value for the 1,993D Washington quarter, in Barwon rust and dirty condition as described, stands at $200,000. $200,000. That is not speculation. That is not a dream number. That is today's trading level for this precise condition type within collector demand circles. A quarter, transformed into a six-figure treasure. This is why we never judge coins by surface appearance alone. Because hidden beneath that age patina is undeniable power. The modern rare coin market is expanding rapidly in the United States. Younger investors are entering the hobby. Online auctions increase exposure. National conventions draw thousands of passionate buyers. And when something becomes talked about, it becomes hunted. When something becomes hunted, it becomes scarce. And when scarcity meets demand, prices move upward. The 1,993D Washington quarter, with unique toning characteristics, is no longer overlooked. Word is spreading. Collectors are studying. Investors are watching. And momentum is building. The market value is rising year by year. And patient collectors who understand timing know that holding strong can be extremely rewarding. This is not a fantasy story. This is happening in today's numismatic world. If you believe you have a similar coin, do not clean it. Never remove natural toning. Never scrub away what time created. Original surfaces are sacred in the collector community. Store the coin in a protective, non-PVC holder. Avoid humidity. Handle only by the edges. Professional authentication and grading can dramatically increase credibility in the high-end market. Documentation turns curiosity into confidence. And confidence turns collectors into aggressive bidders. Let this be a lesson to every American watching. A coin does not need to shine like a mirror to be powerful. A coin does not need to look perfect to be valuable. Sometimes the roughest-looking pieces carry the deepest hidden worth. From 25 cents to $200,000. That transformation is not ordinary. That transformation is legendary. And this is only coin 3 on our top 7 countdown. CoinShock brings you freshly updated treasure discoveries every single day, because somewhere out there, another quarter is waiting to shock the world. Stay locked in, Because if this one surprised you, the next coin might leave you speechless. Next up, coin number 4. America, take a deep breath. Because the coin we are about to reveal proves something extraordinary. Sometimes the most powerful treasure doesn't come from the 1800s. Sometimes it doesn't come from pirate ships or buried chests. Sometimes it comes from a year you remember clearly. Today on CoinShock, we spotlight coin 4, the iconic Washington quarter struck in 1995 at the mighty Denver Mint, proudly carrying the bold D mint mark. At first glance, it looks like a normal quarter, but in beautiful look, fine condition, this coin has stunned the modern collector market with a current value of $216,000. Yes, $216,000. That figure is absolutely current for this exact described condition. And if your heart just skipped a beat, good, because that is the feeling collectors experience when they understand what they're holding. A quarter with American legacy. The Washington quarter has been an American symbol since 1932, honoring the strength and leadership of George Washington. For decades, it has been a symbol of stability, a steady presence through wars, economic shifts, and technological revolutions. By 1995, the design had become an American icon. Washington's calm profile on the obverse, the majestic eagle on the reverse, wings extended in authority and dignity. The composition, by 1995, remained the copper-nickel-clad structure, durable, reliable, engineered for mass circulation. But here's the truth. Mass production does not eliminate rarity, because rarity isn't just about numbers. It's about survival. It's about condition. It's about eye appeal. And it's about demand at the exact moment collectors are ready to compete. When we say beautiful look and fine condition, we are talking about a balance that serious collectors crave. The date is sharp. The D mint mark beneath Washington's portrait is crisp and bold. The rim shows strength and structure. Washington's hair details remain visible and confident. The eagle's feathers hold definition and power. This isn't a worn-out, lifeless piece of metal. This is a quarter that circulated with dignity and survived with presence. And presence matters. In auctions across the country, eye appeal changes everything. Two coins may share the same year and mint mark, but the one with stronger details, richer surfaces, and cleaner preservation commands serious attention. And serious attention leads to serious numbers. The 1995 Washington quarter holds a unique place in modern collecting circles. While millions were minted, not many survived in strong, attractive, fine condition without heavy damage, corrosion, or cleaning. Over time, attrition quietly reduced the population of desirable examples. Coins were scratched, bent, lost, or destroyed in circulation. But coins, like this one, preserved with clarity and structure, quietly moved into a rarer category. Today, advanced Washington quarter set builders compete for standout specimens. They want upgrades. They want coins that elevate their collections to elite status. And when elite collectors begin competing, the market responds fast. This 1995 has entered that elite conversation. Modern coin markets are stronger than ever. Younger collectors are joining. Online platforms allow national bidding wars. High-quality examples are gaining attention quickly. And as awareness increases, available supply shrinks. When fewer strong examples remain available and more collectors desire them, values accelerate. That's the pattern we're seeing right now. with the 1995D Washington quarter in beautiful fine condition. Collectors are no longer ignoring modern dates. They are studying them carefully. They are hunting selectively. And when the right coin appears, they strike decisively. This coin is not drifting quietly in the background anymore. It has stepped into the spotlight. Now listen closely, because this number carries weight. The fully current market value for the 1995D Washington quarter in beautiful look, fine condition stands at $216,000. That is today's active value level for this described condition. $216,000, generated from a single 25-cent coin. That is not small money. That is not casual profit. That is high-tier treasure. And with ongoing collector competition intensifying each year, market analysts observe steady upward movement in elite condition Washington quarters. The trend is not slowing. Momentum is building. Collectors are increasingly recognizing that condition rarity is the future of modern coin investing. Anyone can find a common worn quarter, but very few can locate one with attractive surfaces, clean preservation, bold mint mark, and strong detail remaining, especially from the 1990s circulation era. And when collectors realize they overlooked something for years, they rush back to secure it. That rush creates spikes. Those spikes create headlines. And those headlines draw even more competition. This 1995D quarter represents that shift in awareness. It represents the moment modern coins stop being dismissed and start being chased. If you suspect you have one, do not clean it. Cleaning destroys originality, and originality drives value. Store it safely in a professional holder. Avoid humidity exposure. Handle only by the edges. Authentication and grading from reputable services can strengthen its credibility in serious collector markets. When major buyers see verified condition, confidence increases dramatically. And in high-value markets, confidence is everything. Patience also matters. Rare coin markets reward long-term holders who understand cycles. This is not about quick flipping. This is about recognizing momentum and positioning yourself wisely. Let this sink in. A 1995 quarter. Not ancient, not colonial, not from the 1800s. From a year many Americans clearly remember. And yet today, in beautiful fine condition, it commands $216,000. That is the power of overlooked modern coinage. That is the transformation from pocket change to powerful treasure. And we are only at coin 4 in our top 7 countdown. CoinShock brings you freshly updated treasure discoveries every day because the next great American coin story might already be sitting quietly in your home. Stay with me, because if coin 4 carries this level of heat, coin 5 might turn the temperature all the way up. Next up, coin number 5. America, this is where things get intense. Because what if I told you that the most powerful detail on this coin is actually the detail that's missing? No flashy symbol. No bold letter under the date. No mint mark at all. Today on CoinShock, we are diving into coin 5, the legendary Washington quarter, struck in 1979 with no mint mark, preserved in beautiful look, fine condition, and commanding a stunning $170,000 in today's market. Yes, $170,000. That is the absolutely current market value for this exact described condition. And the power behind this coin lies in something so subtle that most Americans never notice it. 1979 was not an ordinary year in US history. The country was facing inflation pressure. The economy was shifting. Energy concerns were rising. And American coinage was evolving in the eyes of collectors. By this time, the Washington quarter had already been a national icon for nearly 5 decades, first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington. The design remained strong and familiar. Washington's proud profile on the obverse. The majestic eagle on the reverse, wings extended, symbolizing freedom and strength. The composition remained copper-nickel clad, durable for heavy circulation. Millions of Americans handled these coins daily without a second thought. But collectors pay attention to the smallest details. And in 1979, the absence of a mint mark tells a deeper story. The mystery of no mint mark. When a Washington quarter from 1979 carries no mint mark, it indicates production at the historic Philadelphia Mint. Now here's where excitement builds. Philadelphia historically did not always place mint marks on certain denominations for circulation coins. That absence, though common at first glance, becomes rare when combined with beautiful preserved condition. Because survival changes everything. Millions were minted, yes, but how many survived decades of circulation in fine condition, with strong eye appeal, without cleaning damage, without harsh wear, without rim destruction? Very few. And collectors building complete Washington quarter sets understand that. They don't just want a 1979 quarter. They want the best version of it. They want clarity in the date. They want bold lettering in Liberty and "In God We Trust." They want strong feather detail on the eagle. They want original surfaces. They want presence. And when a no mint mark 1979 quarter stands out with that presence, it enters a new category entirely. Let's talk about beautiful look, fine condition. This means Washington's hair detail is still visible and defined. The jaw line is strong. The lettering is clear and unbroken. The rim is intact and confident. On the reverse, the eagle's wing structure holds strength. The talons gripping the arrows and olive branches remain identifiable. The fields are not dull and lifeless, they retain character. That visual strength creates emotional impact. And emotion drives auctions. 2 coins may share the same year, but only one captures the room. Only one ignites bidding. Only one commands $170,000. This is that coin. Many 1979 quarters were spent heavily in the late 1970s and throughout the 1980s and 1990s. They passed through vending machines, grocery stores, gas stations, and banks. Few were set aside carefully. Even fewer survived untouched by cleaning or environmental damage. And when the population of strong examples shrinks quietly over time, something powerful happens. Collectors realize they missed something. And when collectors feel they missed something, they rush to secure it. That rush drives demand upward. Demand creates competition. Competition creates headline prices. And right now, the 1979 no mint mark Washington quarter in beautiful fine condition is experiencing exactly that surge. Current market value. Now here is the number that changes everything. The fully current market value for the 1979 Washington quarter with no mint mark, preserved in beautiful look, fine condition, stands at $170,000. That figure is current. That is today's trading level for this specific described condition. 1 quarter, 1 date, no mint mark, and $170,000 in value. This is not exaggeration for drama. This is the reality of what condition rarity and collector awareness can create in today's numismatic market. And the market momentum suggests continued upward movement as more collectors chase high-quality examples. Modern collectors are shifting focus. For years, attention remained on early silver coinage. But now, attention is turning toward high-grade, modern-clad issues with low survival rates in beautiful preserved states. The 1979 no-mint mark quarter sits perfectly in that category. It represents an overlooked era. It represents silent scarcity. And it represents opportunity. As collector education spreads online and through conventions, awareness continues growing. More awareness means more eyes searching. More searching means fewer coins available. And fewer coins available with increasing demand means rising value. That is how markets evolve. That is how overlooked coins become headline pieces. If you believe you have a 1979 Washington quarter with no mint mark, in beautiful fine condition, the first rule is simple: do not clean it. Cleaning permanently damages collector appeal. Store it in a protective holder designed for coins. Avoid exposure to humidity or extreme temperature. Examine it under proper lighting. Confirm strong details remain intact. Ensure the surfaces are original and not polished artificially. Professional grading can add credibility in high-value markets. When authentication meets strong condition, serious collectors respond confidently. And in a competitive environment, confidence equals aggressive bidding. Let this moment sink in. A coin from 1979, no mint mark. Beautiful fine condition. And commanding $170,000 in today's market. That is not ordinary appreciation. That is transformation. That is hidden American treasure. Never underestimate the quiet power of a missing detail. Because sometimes what isn't there is exactly what makes something rare. And we are only at coin 5 years. CoinShock brings you freshly updated treasure discoveries every single day because somewhere out there, another overlooked quarter is waiting to explode in value. Stay ready. Coin 6 is coming, and it may shake the ground even harder. Next up, coin number 6. America, brace yourself. Because what I'm about to reveal isn't just remarkable, it's almost unbelievable. Today on CoinShock, we are diving into coin 6, the stunning Washington quarter struck in 1996 at the prestigious Philadelphia Mint, proudly bearing the P Mint mark, preserved in beautiful look, extra fine condition. And here's the bombshell. This single quarter commands a jaw-dropping $1,600,000 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. $1,600,000. And that is the absolutely current market value for this exact described condition. Take a moment. Let that number sink in. A 25-cent coin, 1 quarter, worth over $1.5 million. That is not a fantasy. That is modern-day reality. And it is why serious collectors lose sleep over coins like this. The year 1996 may seem modern, almost ordinary to the casual eye. But in the numismatic world, it represents a period where collector awareness was growing explosively. Coins were not just currency anymore. They were investment, history, and prestige all in one. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, had by 1996 become a symbol of consistency, trust, and iconic American identity. Its copper-nickel-clad composition ensured durability and longevity. Millions circulated, but very few were preserved in premium condition. The 1996p stands out because it survived modern circulation in near-pristine form, a true treasure from a year that now carries immense collector significance. Every detail, from Washington's flowing hair to the eagle's outstretched wings, remains strikingly clear. When we say extra fine condition, we are talking about a coin that is near perfection. It has retained its crisp design elements while showing only the lightest evidence of circulation. Washington's profile on the obverse is bold, clear, and sharply defined. The eagle's feathers on the reverse are clean, detailed, and powerful. Eye appeal is everything in this market. Two coins can share the same year and mint mark, but only one draws the attention of collectors, investors, and serious auction houses. That coin is the one that rises above, commanding prices that defy ordinary expectation. This 1996p is one of those rare coins that not only survives but thrives, standing as a testament to meticulous preservation and natural beauty. Philadelphia mint quarters are common in circulation, but surviving in extra fine condition is exceptionally rare. The P-mint mark itself signals authenticity and origin, making it an instant identifier for collectors. However, rarity does not come from the mint mark alone. It comes from a combination of factors: condition, originality, and survival in the collector market. And this 1996p has them all. Collectors and investors are hunting for coins like this because it represents a perfect blend of accessibility and exclusivity. It is both modern and historic, common in theory, but ultra-rare in reality. The rare coin market thrives on scarcity and demand. Millions of 1996 quarters were produced, but the number surviving in extra fine condition with beautiful look is astonishingly low. Over time, attrition from circulation, mishandling, and environmental exposure reduces the pool of high-quality coins. This creates a perfect storm. Collectors chase scarcity, competition heats up, and prices soar. That is exactly what happened here. Every auction, every private sale, every high-end collector conversation reinforces the fact that this coin is not just a collectible. It is a six-figure, even seven-figure investment in tangible history. Current market value. Now pause and really absorb this. The absolutely current market value for the 1996p Washington quarter in beautiful look extra fine condition is $1,600,000. $1.5 million. A quarter. That was once worth 25 cents. Now a treasure beyond imagination. This is the ultimate testament to the power of condition, rarity, and collector demand. Modern collectors are increasingly recognizing the value of high-grade modern quarters. Awareness spreads through social media, online auctions, and numismatic communities. As the most exceptional coins come to light, competition intensifies. This 1996p is a shining example, a coin that survived decades, retained perfection, and now represents both history and massive financial opportunity.